Call Haloyim La Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied in Ruel for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwif, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan. This will be a quick hit. Tested. I've been missing in action, and everybody knows that once you start this job of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that you cannot quit. There's no going back. You know, he who takes his hand off the crown will not be rewarded, and Lord willing, we'll get to that. But yeah, I've been missing in action, and that's not the right thing to do. And I've come under sickness and different trials, but regardless, the Lord will not put you through more than you can bear. So I just want to grab these quick precepts, and I pray that this be edifying to the body. This is the book of Sirach, known as Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, prepare thy soul for temptations, for all kind of temptations, you know, from the flesh, from the mental, from the standpoint of your work, your family, the environment around you. Once again, ailments that go on through your body. Okay. Set thy heart. What is your heart? Your lob, your mind upright, and continuously endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. And what's that haste? Make not haste to turn to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Don't turn away. Okay. Don't say, oh, this is too hard for me to bear. All right. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. What's increased? Increased in faith, increased in strength, and overall, those in the know, we have belief that when that hour comes, when the flood comes in, those troops, those the situation that you're going to be in, put in, whether it be that MOTB or once again those troops rushing in, that increase, that faith, that spiritual powers has been promised to some of us. Okay. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. And that cheerful comes from understanding that through all of this, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has got you. Okay. He has already received the victory. Okay. We're just going through the process. And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. What's patience? Just sit back, relax, and enjoying yourself? No, patience goes into waiting and suffering. Okay. When thou art changed to a low estate. So you will be brought down. Okay. You will. This is not about I come to serve the Lord. Now look at me now. Now everything's going my way. If that was the case, it would be all of Yasharallah would have turned to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. But we know that's not the truth. Only 1/3 on this side will be reserved. Okay. And that's the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. 1/3. Okay. For gold is tried in fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Once again, number 5, for gold is tried in the fire. That's that process of refining your jewelry, your precious stones. Okay. An acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way upright and trust in him. Yet, ye that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. Okay. And once again, I've been missing in action. I pray that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will have mercy on me, as in the book of Joel, when Joel went off and you know he didn't want to go to Nineveh and handle his business, but yet Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai had him swallowed by that large fish, and he was in the belly of that fish, and he begged Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for mercy and for kasad, which is mercy. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai had that fish spit him up, and what did Joel do? He went on to do the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which was go preach to Nineveh to repent. Okay, but we also know, I want to get this right here. Okay? What I'm reading right now. 1 Samuel. I believe this is chapter 15. Let's go down some. Okay, yes. Okay, this is 22. This is 1 Samuel 15 and 22. And Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in... Okay, Salakia. All right, that's the point I want to get. But first I want to start here. This is verse 20. And Saul said unto Samuel, yea, I have obeyed the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and have gone the way which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of the Edomites of Amalek, who he was told to kill, slaughter all of them, slaughter all of them, leave no kids, leave nothing behind. Okay, and the king of the Amalek, of Amalek. So once again, Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. Okay, so once again, okay, so let's go up again. Okay, this is 18. And the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, which we know today, the little hatters that are terrorizing this world today. Genocide, even boasting, Ben Juyu not boasting, saying that he is sent to kill the Amalek, which he is, okay? And he's referring to as the Palestinians as Amalek when he is Amalek, okay? And fight against them until they be consumed. That's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai told Saul to do. Okay? Wherefore, then didst thou not obey the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but didst fly upon the spoils, and didst evil in the sight of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And Saul said unto Samuel, yea, I have obeyed the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and have gone the way which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But there is the king, though, okay? But the people took the spoil, sheep and oxen, and chief of the things which should be utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in Gilgad. Okay, now listen to this. This is Samuel. And Samuel said, the prophet, hath Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai any great delight in blunt offerings and sacrifice, as in obeying the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. So simply doing what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai told us to do in the first place is way better, much better than to sin and then turn around and pray for forgiveness, okay? For rebellion is the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and adultery. So when you cast off doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that is what you're doing. You're being stubborn and rebellious, okay? Because thou hast rejected the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he have also rejected thee from being king. Okay, and what are we striving for? To be the kings of Yasharallah, the Alahayim, the 144,000 rulers, okay? And I can't see it no other way, because we know that if you come into this truth and walk away, you're worse off than the 2/3 heathens that never knew. You are worse off than the 2/3 heathens that never knew, okay? So once again, I'm going to slide down. All right, this is 22. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has rejected thee from being king over Israel once again. Okay? He has taken this right away from Samuel due to disobedience. Now, this is one of the mind states that you must have. Okay? This is Second Timothy chapter 2, starting at verse 4. No man that warreth engages himself with the affairs of this life. Okay, the affairs of this life, once again, are all the temptations that will come at you. Your job, I got a buddy of mine offering me a better opposition, a way to make more income. What I'm thinking right now, I have income. What I need to be reaching for is this spiritual blessing. Okay, your children, the affairs of yourself, the things that entertain you, that you want to do, that you want to accomplish. All right, even going through ailments, the pains that you go through, the suffering. Remember, Job suffered from head to toe. Did that turn him away from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua? Lord forbid, no. He told his wife, if I receive good through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the hand should I not receive evil? Okay, and because of that, Job was blessed tenfold. The Lord told us if we do the work of the Lord, at the end, we will receive 100-fold, okay? Which we know is heaven, all right? No man that warreth entangleth, Salakia, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And we didn't choose Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. He chose us. There's no way we would even know the name. You didn't get this name through a Christianity church, okay? You didn't get this through no plantation Christianity. You didn't get it through the mega church, through watching TV, through none of that. You got this blessing through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua only. And if a man also strive for the majesty, which that's what you're here to do, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully, okay? Salakia. Okay. And see, I know the whole time I've been missing in action. I'm only increasing my chances to have this Rakakwadash move from me, which is you can find King David praying in Psalms 51. Lord, take not the Rakakwadash from me, which I asked, take not this, which is the Holy Spirit from me. However, if I don't do the works, how long will this last? Okay. We see brothers come and go. We seen brothers bug out. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. I have not turned away from the understanding of my teachers. I'm not here to change up the words or add to or take from, but simply not doing the work is sinful enough. Okay. It's been months since I've dropped a lesson, June to be exact. Okay. That's not acceptable. This is Luke 9:62. And Yahweh Shai, who this world refers to ignorantly as Jesus, Yahweh Shai, said unto him, no man having put his hands to the plow, what is the plow? This work, okay? And looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, all right? And it also goes on, if I could find that, okay. All right, this is Peter, the rock, okay? The rock, King David, all right? If you can receive that. King David through reincarnation, the rock, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua set up for to be the rock, okay? For it had been better for them not to have, Salakia, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 21. For it would have been better for them not to have known the way of the righteousness than after they have known it to return from the holy commandments delivered unto them. So basically, what that is telling you is you better off remaining in the mind state of Pookie, Ray, sagging, blunt smoking, adultery, you name it. You're better off living that lifestyle to then join up with the men that do the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. For example, being a part of Great Millstone, which I have been, okay, and then setting aside that work to enter back in the world, okay? But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb, that the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. Okay, so once again, that is a proverb that was already put out there, that some would many are chosen, but few. Many are called, but few are chosen. That's what I'm trying to say. And the whole time that you're in this truth, you can only pray that you're chosen, not just called. Because those who are called and not chosen will suffer a greater fate than the average 2/3. And listen, on my behalf, I got enemies. I got enemies starting with Edom. Of course, Edom, all of Edom, my enemies. The heathen, and then the 2/3. The 2/3 that I know, the 2/3 that I don't know. And there's some 2/3 that I know. I do not want them to come to return to the kingdom before me. Matter of fact, I want to go to the kingdom with Yahweh Shai. I want to be there day one. Day one. I pray that I'm on those chariots. If I get my head, I pray that I'm one of the first that rise in glory with Yahweh Shai. But I want to be a Alahayim. Okay? I want that crown. So in order to receive that crown, you have to pass the test. All right? I pray that this has been edifying. Once again, this has been tested. Shalom.